Hi, it's Dina Rich from Keller Williams Realty on South Padre Island, here today to talk about comps. What are comps? Comps is short for recent comparable sales. So, how does someone who's interested in buying or selling find data on recent comparable sales? Texas is a non disclosure state, meaning that we do not publish sales prices online. So if you can't find that information online, what do? Some people think that one way to find recent comparable sales data is to ask a neighbor who's recently bought or sold. Your neighbor's property may or may not be a good comp for your property. It depends on a number of factors. When is an agent required to provide recent sales data? I provide recent sales data when I'm contacted by a seller who says I'm ready to sell my property. I also provide sales data when a buyer who's been looking at property says, I'm ready to make an offer. Additionally, if several months have gone by from my initial market analysis for a seller, when they get an offer, I may redo the comps so that we can make sure the offer makes sense according to the recent comparable sales. What makes a good comp? Time is of the essence. Normally, I will look back 3 to 6 months, depending on the pace of the current market. For single-family homes, we consider the following. Location. This is especially important on South Padre Island. Sometimes it doesn't make sense to compare a bayside to a beachside property or a waterfront to an interior property. We also take into account the view. Your property may have a partial view, whereas your neighbor a few lots down the street may not have a view, and that makes a difference. We also consider the number of beds and baths and square footage. We look at interior and exterior maintenance and upgrades. And we look at amenities such as a pool or maybe an outdoor kitchen. For condominiums, sometimes it's easy because we can really compare apples to apples and compare one unit in a building to another unit in that same building. Of course, we always look at the number of beds and baths, the interior upgrades. However, in a condominium, sometimes it makes a difference what floor you're on because that can make a difference in the view. Additionally, sometimes a corner unit can have more value than an interior unit. It may have slightly more square footage, but it usually has more windows and a better view. We can sometimes compare condominium units in one building to units in a different building if some things are similar, such as the location and the amenities. And remember, I'm always here to answer your real estate questions. I respond to calls, texts, and emails 7 days a week, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Central Time.